Most battle royale games have a deeply integrated story behind them. Fortnite revolves around the 0 point Apex Legends is built on the histories and personalities of its legends, and even the smallest details usually have an in-game universe explanation. But then there is My Hero Ultra Rumble. At first glance, absolutely nothing makes sense. Why are the heroes and villains casually fighting each other in the middle of UA? How is there 3 stacks of pro heroes and prime all-for ones teaming together? And if you have watched My Hero Academia, seeing people like Deku and Shigaraki working alongside each other should be completely impossible. So what the fuck is actually going on? Believe it or not, Ultra Rumble does actually have some lore. There are clues, explanations, and hidden details that paint a picture of this strange, twisted version of Ultra Rumble's My Hero Academia world. Today, I'm breaking down the complete lore of My Hero Ultra Rumble, explaining how this bizarre battle royale actually fits together. So sit back, grab some snacks or a drink, and let's dive into this hidden story of the game.
Let's go! That's the spirit!
Now, if we're going to understand the lore of My Hero Ultra Rumble, we have to go back all the way to the very first time the game was revealed. When the game was officially announced, Bandai actually gave us a brief explanation to what Ultra Rumble is. They described it as a free-player team-based battle royale where you choose your favorite character, team up with 2 other players, relive memorable fights, and claim victory over 7 other teams. There is one line in that announcement that is incredibly important, and they said that players would relive memorable fights. That one sentence tells us alone a lot about Ultra Rumble and when it takes place in the timeline. If we are reliving those memorable fights, then that means those events have already taken place in this universe. All Might's battle against All For One, the League of Villains kidnapping Bakugo, and Lady Nagant becoming a villain before being saved by Deku even in the final war arc has already happened. And when you look at the roster today, that idea becomes even more convincing. Rapid Deku is clearly based on his later One For All abilities, while technical Shigaraki is modeled after the final war arc appearance. These aren't younger versions of the characters, they're versions pulled from the end of the story. Unfortunately, this does kind of lead us into a problem, because if Ultra Rumble does take place after the final war, then characters like All For One, Shigaraki, and Twice should already be dead. Dabi should barely even be able to walk around the map, let alone fight, and several other pro heroes should have already retired. So why are they all here? Well, that's where the real lore begins. To answer that, we have to talk about the character whose quirk and inventions might be responsible for making not only Ultra Rumble possible, but even other My Hero Academia games like One's Justice and All's Justice. According to Ultra Rumble's own lore, Mei Hatsume is responsible for controlling the storm and the tuning system, and the game tells us this directly. But that still doesn't explain the biggest mystery. Why are the heroes and villains fighting side by side, and how can someone like All For One be teaming up with pro heroes as if nothing ever happened? Well, let's take a look at All's Justice's team up mission mode that reveals the player isn't participating in real events at all. Instead, you're taking part in an AI simulation created by Mei Hatsume, and that's why characters like Nomu, Shigaraki, and other enemies can all appear together regardless of what happens in the actual story. So after putting all of this information together, what do we actually know about the My Hero Academia gaming quote-unquote universe? Well, Mei Hatsume does seem to be the common thread here. Her technology is what makes the worlds of One's Justice, One's Justice 2, and All's Justice possible through AI simulations. But the thing is, Ultra Rumble has never outright confirmed that its characters are AI or parts of a simulation, so I went to try and look for evidence myself. During the tutorial, you are matched against an opponent, Shigaraki, and a teammate Bakugo. They do behave almost identically to the AI enemies from All's Justice. They're very controlled, and that did kind of catch my attention. But anyways, after the tutorial, you are thrown into a bot lobby, and if you've ever played in one of these bot lobbies, you're gonna know what I'm talking about here. The bots barely acknowledge that you exist. They happily run past you just to fight each other instead. So Mei, she might need to go back to the drawing board on those AI upgrades, or you know, whatever we want to call them. The jokes aside though, for now, the best explanation we have is that we're simply players controlling AI versions of these characters inside one of Mei Hatsume's simulations until the game gives us a better answer. And that does pretty much wrap up the video. I hope you guys learned something you didn't know about mhur. Leave a like on the video if you did, and if you want to see any more videos like this, then just let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. It's been Taz, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.